I am talking about the US troops in the Syria. Now the current statement of the United States of America comes and they are declaring that they have 2000 troops in the Syrian territory. Before that, they claimed that they have 900 troops and now they are saying that they have 2000 troops in Syria. Pat Rada, who is the spokesperson of the Pentagon, he is saying that these additional forces are for a while and are on rotational basis, and it changes with time. And he was saying that these forces exist in Syria since before Assad regime fall, but he didn't give any time frame of these forces. But now are saying that the United States of America have 2,000 troops in Syria. Pat Ryder said that we gave in our regular briefing before that there are 900 troops of the US in Syria, but now we learned that there are more forces, and they are saying that 1,100 more forces also exist in Syria, which are on rotational basis, and it changes with time. But he didn't give any time frame of the change about these, but said that these were since before Assad regime fall. The United States of America started sending US troops to Syria in 2014 when they felt the threat from the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria. And then in 2017, the ISIS territorial defeat, they didn't work to beg their troops to the US, and now still these forces exist in the Syria. Washington is the ally of Kurdish Syrian Democratic Forces, which control the eastern part of Syria. The US is providing them military aid. On the other hand, Turkey is the NATO member, and they are considering Syrian Democratic Forces as Kurdish terrorist organizations, and they are terming Syrian Democratic Forces terrorist groups. So there is a conflict between the Syrian Democratic Forces and the Turkey-backed National Army and Hayat al-Tahrir al-Sham group, and Turkey want that these forces will be dismantled. So on the other hand, the US forces here, and they are considering their existence in the Syria necessary to control and to handle and to oversee the movements of their opposition groups. When the Assad regime is falling and the opposition group, the Turkey backed fighters controlling Damascus, then the parts of the Syria where there was no conflict before Assad regime fall, now there is also some conflict backed by Syrian democratic forces. The Hayat al-Tahrir al-Sham group and the Turkey-backed Syrian National Army is capturing the land of Syrian democratic forces. There is an indirect conflict between the United States of America and Turkey. The US is supporting Syrian democratic forces. On the other hand, Turkey is against Syrian democratic forces. They are considering that Syrian democratic forces consist of Kurdish armed organizations, which they consider terrorist group, and they are considering them a threat to the national security of Turkey. And now the United States of America is saying that we have no plan to change means to increase or decrease or to send it back to the United States of America, our forces. So there is a conflict, and also they are terming that our existence in Syria is that we have some potential threat from the ISIS. Currently, it is ISIL that they can maintain their self in this territory also. So that's why their forces exist here. The United States of America Secretary of State Antony Blinken is saying that we have some engagement with the new authority of Syria, although they label the Hayat al-Tahrir al-Sham group as a terrorist group, but now they are saying that a non-sectarian governance should be established in Syria, and the rights of minorities should be saved, and the Syrian territory uh, not be used as a threat for their neighbors. And also, they are saying that their chemical and biological stockpiles should be secured and safely destroyed. So we will make good connection and we will support the current new authorities. But yeah, the Israel is targeting the military installation of Syria. They are targeting their air and naval bases. They are capturing their land beyond Golan Heights, and they are considering it an opportunity and claiming that we have some potential threat from these groups. Is they linked before with terrorist groups? So that's why we have some potential threat. That's why we are destroying their military capabilities. Although the rest of the world, the United Nations, the Arab countries are condemning such attacks of the Israel, but they are continuously attacking and conducting airstrike and ground operations on Syria, and it will be a conflict in the near days between the Turkey and Israel. The US is supporting Israel. The Turkey and Hayat Tahrim al Sham group are dismantling the Syrian democratic forces. So the innocent people of Syria are affecting, and it is a hub of the rest of the world, of the powers, and they are fighting. Syrians are affecting from such conflict in Syria.